The deep sea is a world of extremes. So far in this series, we've taken a look at the ways in which animals have adapted to survive in the cold, dark depths. We've explored the ecosystems of this unforgiving realm and seen how communities of life cling to whatever source of energy they can find, from vents of superheated water to the carrion of sunken whales. But now it's time to dive even deeper and discover a place where life is pushed to its absolute limits. For at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, the sea floor widens into a gaping abyss of obscurities. Fish that seem to lack faces, sprawling fields of bacteria, and giants that resemble life from another planet. Let's take a closer look at the hidden world of the Mariana Trench. The infamous Mariana Trench sits like a crescent-shaped dent in the floor of the Pacific. A 2,550-kilometre-long, 69-kilometre-wide fracture that plummets down into a pure black void. At the bottom, it hosts the deepest known location on Earth, the Challenger Deep, 11,033 metres or 36,200 feet beneath the waves. The trench itself is but one part of a global network of deep scars that cut across the ocean floor. Features that formed from a process called subduction. In the case of the Mariana Trench, the western edge of the Pacific Plate was thrust beneath the smaller Mariana Plate to the west, creating the deep fracture. Molten material then rose through volcanoes near the trench, building the nearby Mariana Islands. At its deepest point, the Mariana Trench dips down into a little explored zone of the ocean. The Hadal Zone, named after the realm Hades, the underworld of Greek mythology. A suitable title for a place where the conditions of pure darkness, acidic, freezing water, scarce food, and immense pressure create a challenging environment for creatures to survive in. For much of history, it was believed to be a dead zone, void of any life at all. An impossible frontier, and an empty void of perils that could never be reached by any human. But in the 19th century, this was all about to change. The Mariana's depths were first plumbed in 1875, when the crew aboard the HMS Challenger cast a weighted sounding line over the side of the vessel and found they needed more rope. They had not expected there to be a location so deep, but news of its discovery caught the eye of the ambitious. Knowing it existed simply wasn't enough, and a few dared to venture to the bottom. In 1960, 85 years after the Challenger Deep was discovered on that pioneering voyage, two men set out to reach the bottom. Jacques Piccard and Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh, sheltered only by a cramped bath-escape submersible called the Trieste. Their 5-hour descent was fraught with challenges. The water pressure near the bottom was nearly 1,000 times greater than atmospheric pressure at sea level. During the journey, this caused the viewing window to crack, limiting their time spent on the sea floor to only 20 minutes.